Hello, good day everybody. My name is Adam Afri Raya and I'm here to tell you something about my story. This is a story about a misfortune that happened upon Balikpapan city. It's about a case that is really close to us. It's about oil spills hazard. So, Balikpapan city is very known for its involvement in oil production. And last week in Balikpapan, there is a case where there's an oil leak in Balikpapan's Bay Area that even caused a big fire to a ship. A large black cloud rose upon the skies as if to signify a bad omen that will engulf Balikpapan. And in the afternoon, the sky is raining as if crying over the fate of the event. After the event, the beauty of Balikpapan's beach is stained by a dark solar liquid from the lake accompanied by with a bad odor or smell. Now, I think that this is not the first case of oil spill that ever happened into the world, and it certainly is not the biggest. We can learn more about the oil spills from the previous case in the past. Several cases of oil spill that were noted in the story was one of the most known is largest oil spill on record, Persian Gulf 1991, put 240 million gallons of oil into the ocean near Kuwait and Saudi Arabia when several tankers, port facilities, and storage tanks were destroyed during the war operation. The blowouts of Ixtoc 1 exploratory well offshore Mexico in 1979, second largest. Accidental oil spill gushed 140 million gallons oil into Gulf of Mexico. And some of you might know that about Exxon Valdez tanker in 1989 spilled about 11 million gallons of oil into Prince William Sound offshore Alaska. Oil spills or oil waste may come from many sources. Of course, it might not only come from oil production, it might also come from home drainage, oil leaks from the ship, untreated waste from factories, or even accidental spills like we had right now. And it is estimated that approximately about 706 million gallons of waste oil enter the ocean every year. The case of Balikpapan oil leak is still under investigation now. However, the most likely cause is failures during oil production. It may come from malfunctioning pipe or leaks. Regardless of the cause, the damage caused is still the same and very real. Even if you do not understand the reaction it will have, you can visibly see its effect on the environment. Just you can see the black tar, the black liquid over the water. I believe that Balikpapan as the city that is mainly involved in oil production should have expected this risk and have a contingency plan in case this ever happened. It is one of the many risks that we as Balikpapan citizens should be aware of and ready to handle when the time comes. Of course, that does not mean that we should let it happen, as oil spill will bring many negative effects to the people and the environment, and I will explain some of the effect or the impact here. Now, first of all, we need to understand the oil spill behavior to understand the impact. When oil is spilled in the ocean, it initially spreads in the water depending on its relative density and composition. The oil slick that is formed may remain cohesive or may break up in case of dry seas. A small percentage of oil may dissolve in the water. The oil residue can also disperse almost invisibly in the water or form a thick mass with water. Part of the oil may sink with the suspended particulate matter, and the remainder eventually congeals into sticky tar balls. Over time, oil waste weather or deteriorates and disintegrates by the means of photolysis, decomposition by sunlight. It can evaporate, and biodegradation, decomposition to microorganisms. And the rate of biodegradation depends on the availability of nutrients, oxygen, and microorganisms, as well as temperature. Of course, this decomposition process will also take time. So we basically will use this decomposition process to help us clean the beach right now. If oil waste reach the shoreline or the coast, it interact with sediments such as beach, sand, and gravel, rock and boulders, vegetation, and terrestrial habitats of both wildlife and humans, causing erosion as well as contamination. Waves, current waves, and wind into the oil. They move the oil onto shore with the surf and tide. Beach sand and gravel saturated with oil may be unable to protect and nurture normal vegetation and population of substrate biomass. Rock and boulders coated with sticky residue interfere with recreational use of the shoreline and can be toxic to coastal wildlife. And in Balikpapan, we have already some case of that when there's a pursuit, an endangered animal of Kalimantan of Borneo, which have died of the effect of this and found it stranded on the land over the beach that has oil spills. Now we need to understand the types of oil spills to understand what kind of treatment that we should be done. The type of oil spills matter because different type of oil behave differently in the environment, and animals and birds are affected differently by different types of oil. However, it's not easy to say which one of the type is the worst. First, we should distinguish between the lights or heavy oils. Fuel oils such as gasoline and diesel fuel are very light oils. Like oils are very volatile, they evaporate relatively quick, so they don't remain for long in the aquatic and marine environment. If they spread out in the water, as do they when they are accidentally spilled, they will evaporate relatively quickly. However, while they are present, like oils present two significant hazards. First, some can ignite or explode. Second, many like oils such as gasoline and diesel are also considered to be toxic. They can kill animals and plants they touch. They can also be dangerous to humans who breathe their fumes or get them on their skin. So it's pretty dangerous. It's like an inhalant that can poison your body. It may cause cancer in the long term. And what I am concerned about is that the oil spill happens in the housing complex of human in and market area in Kebun Sayur. It's very near there. So yeah, it's very concerning. In contrast, the very heavy oils like bunker oils, which are used to fuel ships, looks black and may be sticky for a time until they weather sufficiently. But even then, they can persist in the environment for months or even years if not removed. While this oil can be persistent, they are generally significantly less acutely toxic than lighter oils. Instead, the short-term threat from heavy oils come from their ability to smother organisms, whereas over the long term, some chronic health effects like tumor may result in some organisms. So basically, both light oils and heavy oils have impact on life, and I will tell you what kind of impact that it will have. Oil spill will harm the ocean and coastal life, particularly fish. And in Balikpapan case, I was worried since the oil leaks happen near housing complex in Kebun Sayur and some fishery areas near it because it is near the market. The immediate effect of the toxic and smothering oil waste may be mass mortality and contamination of the fish and other food species. Balikpapan citizens who work as fishermen will be affected by this. The long-term ecological effect may be worse. People and animals that live around oil spills area who usually consume fish should be warier. It is impossible for them to be poisoned through consuming the fishes from the area. The impact of oil spill might disturb the existing food chain because one of my personal concern is that oil spill risk for the mangrove plantation area in Kampung Atas Air, and there are many kinds of biota animals that live there, and when the fish eat a contaminated animal they become poisoned, and then the fish will be eaten by the people, and then people will be contaminated as well. It will disturb the life cycle around the area. The oil can also destroys the ability to survive of some animals, like some fur-bearing mammals like bird's feather and others' fur might be disturbed its abilities to insulate heat will be disturbed, and when they cannot insulate heat, they will they might die from hypothermia because the effect of oil. And when they are taking bath, may also ingest some oil, and which can also poison them. And on social level, Balikpapan is a place which is surrounded by sea. It's not weird that we see some of, or I should say many of our activities are based around it. We have fishery, we have many kind of food stalls and recreational places based on the sea, and it will have a devastating impact on the local economy and society. Property values of housing near the ocean may decrease, regional business activity may decline, future investment may be risky, and I'm sure it will take some time to be recovered. However, not all hope is lost, as it is possible to clean up the oil spills. What I'm trying to tell you here, that I will tell you about the how to clean up the oil spills in the ocean, and the treatment on the shore and the ocean will be kind of different, but they have something in common. The cost of oil spills are both quantitative and qualitative. The quantitative costs include loss of oil, repair of physical facilities, payment for cleaning up the spills and remediating the environment, penalties, and insurance and legal claims, many things. Qualitative costs of oil may also be hurt. It may harm the quality of life around the wildlife and human health from the exposure of water and soil pollution. So we are now being warned about the use of rainwater for daily use because of the oil that is spilled on the sea may evaporate, become the sky, and then they will rain down the earth around Balikpapan. So responding it, we have three methods basically. There is dispersion, burning, and skimming, which is this is the main three solution that is used to clean up the beach. Chemical dispersion is achieved by applying chemicals designed to remove oil from the water surface by breaking oil into small droplets that will let them to be mixed with the water, and they are able to be decomposed by the microorganism on the water. But and there's also burning in situ using booms to limit the spread of spilled oil that is being burned. And then there's skimming also, with boats equipped with floating skimmer designed to remove thin layer of oil from the surface, often with the help of booms to be like filtered. And of course there's also manual removal, but I think they need an expert to monitor the process, as they can be dangerous, they can be poisonous, and I believe a safety equipment is really needed in case that we need to clean it up manually. Luckily in Balikpapan there are some good response initiative from the citizens. They start acting as soon as the oil spill was founded. People gathered together and worked together to clean the beach. As after seeing the action, I looked up some method of cleaning oil and recovery. It was amazing to know that techniques used to clean up will depend on oil characteristic and the type of environment involved. So I believe that the safer way to remove the oil was by dispersing it using or biodegradation, and it will have a different impact on many types depending on the type and the environment. So what I'm trying to say, that even though it is a bad and a misfortune, it is bad thing and misfortune things that have fallen upon us, we should realize that the responsibility of prevention of oil spill fall upon individuals as well as government and industries. because sources of oil waste in the ocean are generally careless rather than accidental. Truly effective prevention of oil spill involves everyone. Prevention of oil spills should become a major priority for us, especially here in Balikpapan. I believe that we should all pitch in to help cleaning up the beach that we had. It is also the best for us to take this as a lesson and prepare for contingency plans so we could act much faster and better in the future if such case ever happen again. I hope that Balikpapan will recover, and if you are interested in about oil spills and how to treat it, I recommend you to check down the links below. I left my writings and some of the reference where I got the material for this reading, and I hope it will help you understand what we are facing through right now. See you later.